Queen of Analysis here. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I bring to you the story of Ochanya, the 13-year-old girl who passed away in 2018 after being sexually molested for 4 years by her uncle, Andrew Ogbanjes, and his son, Victor. Andrew Ogbanjes is a lecturer and also holds a title in church. So, how did this girl die? She suffered from what was called a vesicovaginal fistula, and it's a medical condition where an opening forms between the bladder and the vagina. So, the person will be urinating and pooping on themselves uncontrollably. Now, I need to mention it here that this Mr. Andrew and his son were doing it with this girl from the front and from the back, to show you the level of wickedness of men.
Because there was no school in my village. So
how did this thing happen? Now, this girl in their village, their school, the school she was attending closed down. So when the school closed down, her mother now decided to go and drop her with her sister. Now, I don't know if it's her biological sister, like same father, same mother. You know how in Africa we say my sister, but not your real sister. Maybe they are just relatives. Also, I don't know if it's her biological sister, like same father, same mother, or just a relative. But anyway, somebody that is supposed to be their blood relation. They dropped Ochanya when she was 5 years old. And that's how the daughter of the man, the daughter of Mr. Andrew, saw the brother Victor, molesting the Ochanya and reported. Instead of them to take action, what happened? Papa can't join the matter. It was now a father and son affair. Father will do his own, son will do his own. And like I said, from the front and from the back. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, this is such a sad story. This Mr. Andrew and his son now, they are roaming free. In fact, Mr. Andrew is still lecturing. The son Victor, he dey chase musical career we no go ever feel blow, no go ever feel make am. Musical career we don't expire. He's chasing musical career. They are moving freely. Now, I'm going to play the video of her sister so that you're going to watch it. Her mother didn't just leave her there. Her mother was checking up on her at least every 5 days. She comes to the house to come and check on Ochanya. Before I go any further in this video, I want you to watch Ochanya's statement when she gave her statement as at the time she was alive, because sadly she has passed on, she has passed away. And her sister's video as well, when her sister told the story. I want you to watch the video, and when we come back, we'll get right into the details of this analysis.
When I was 5 years old, I went to my mother's sister's house to school, because there was no school in my village. So when I went there, when I was 8, the son started sleeping with me. Then when the sister caught him, the sister then reported him to the father. Then the father scolded at him, and that was when the father started. So September, when I went to school, I was not feeling fine, so I came back home. I went to Federal Medical Center in Makurdi here. I spent 2 months and 5 days there, so they discharged us. When I now came home, then that was when I told my mother that when I was in my uncle's house, my uncle and his son, they were sleeping with me.
So after I went home, I stayed with Ochanya at my aunt's place for like 3 weeks. She was still on medication, the medication that they gave her from the hospital. She was still taking those medication and all. So one time she became ill. She started running temperature and all again. So my aunt now brought one nurse to come and treat her at home. Then when the nurse came, I told my aunt that no, I don't think we should do this. Let's just take her to hospital. Like, this girl just came back from hospital with all that heavy treatment that she has been receiving. She's supposed to feel better and not get worse. So with the way her condition is, let's just take her to hospital instead of treating her at home, because she brought a nurse. The nurse came with all this their drip and all to take care of Ochanya, like to administer treatment at home. So I told my aunt, we don't know what is actually going on in her system. We don't know if it's malaria, we don't know if it's typhoid this time around. We really don't know what is going on in Ochanya's system. So let's just take her to the hospital instead. That was all. That was what I said. This woman became furious. She started blasting me that, oh, so me, I'm saying that she's not Ochanya's mom, so she does not have a say in Ochanya's life. Is that what I'm trying to tell her? And I told her, no. That's not what. She said, no. That me, I'm saying that she's not Ochanya's mom, so she does not have a say in Ochanya's life. Okay, no problem. She ran. She went and picked her phone, called my mom that the next thing tomorrow morning, my mom should come to her house and take Ochanya out of her house, that she does not want to see us. That I challenged her. I said I challenged her that she's not Ochanya's mom, so my mom should come and carry us. And when my mom came, the next day my mom came, she was sad, she was feeling kind of hopeless, and she was also furious at me. She was angry. Now, why did I tell her that? And I told her, I didn't say that. This is what I said. She yelled at me. She shall do trouble with me. That was how we all left my aunt's place that day. My mom came and we all went back to the village. When I took Ochanya to the village, I now told my mom that I don't think this girl, she's not going back to my aunt's place again. She's not safe. My mom was like, what do you mean by she's not safe? And I told her that I know you trust your people a lot. You trust your people a lot. But this girl, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced in this house, Ochanya was never safe. Like, she didn't take me serious, yeah. You know all these people. She trusts, the level of trust that she had for those people. So that was how I left. When I came to Lagos like 3 days after. I wanted to call my elder sister to tell her that she should ask Ochanya if they touched her, like if they were doing that kind of stuff to her, because I didn't want to have that kind of conversation with my immediate younger sister. I was not comfortable asking her. Plus, I might be the troublemaker. So I said, okay, I will talk to my sister. Once I get to Lagos, I'll call my sister to ask Ochanya if they had ever done something like that to her, because I saw the whole treatment they were giving me and her. I knew something wasn't right. I felt it. So when I came to Lagos, before I could settle in, when I got to Lagos, I think 3 days later, to call my sister to tell her to question Ochanya. One evening I was at work, my mom called me and she was crying. The woman was crying so bad that I thought maybe Ochanya had died at that time. So I told her that please she should calm down and talk to me, because I will just collapse now if she keeps crying and not tell me what happened. She now told me that this is what your sister told me. Your sister said that her aunt's husband and Junior, they called Victor Junior, has been sleeping with her. So that was how it started, because before I left the village, I told Ochanya that, Ochanya, you are here now. You are not going back to that house ever again. So as I am going, whatever it is, if there's anything that you need to tell anybody, just say it. You are never going back to that house. So I made sure she felt safe, because I've had that experience. It's something I've experienced before. So I was able to cancel her before I left. The very morning that I was about leaving the village, I told her. She said okay. So when I left, my plan was to tell my sister, then she will now ask her to find out. But before I could do that, Ochanya had already told my mom about 3 days later. So when my mom called me, I said, oh, what are we going to do? You just have to get people and go and confront your sister. She's your sister. You are the one that will confront her. Go and ask her, go and find out from her if what Ochanya said is true. So that was how she took people. She took some of my uncles, some of our relatives, and they went to my aunt's place to go and confirm what Ochanya said. So she said they went there. Ochanya went with them. She narrated everything that Ochanya said. She said immediately she finished talking. My aunt told my mom that it happened once, that it was Victor, and Winnie caught Victor sleeping with Ochanya. So she came and reported Victor to them, and they cautioned Victor. And they called the children, and they all prayed together, and they scolded Victor, and that was it. That it never happened again. That was what she told my mom. So my mom was like, no. She did not even say only Victor. She did not say once. She said your husband too. The husband said me. That was how my aunt stood up. She don't tie wrapper, begin the para for my mom. She started talking to my mom that, like, what gave you the mind, the audacity to come here and tell me that my husband and my son is sleeping with your daughter? I told you that this thing happened once, and you are saying that I'm lying. That was how the whole thing started. She started making issues with my mom. So my mom now said, okay. She took Ochanya and the people that went with her. They all went back to the village. So she went to the village. She said she waited the one, thinking my aunt would come to say, oh, my sister, I'm sorry. The child that you gave me, this was what happened. She said she was waiting for her. She waited for her to come and say and explain to her what really happened to Ochanya. But my aunt, she did not go. She was even angry that why would my mom even bother to ask or say that kind of a thing. So my mom now called my brother, the eldest brother in Abuja. She called him and explained everything to my brother, that this is the situation. That was how the whole problem started. And that my brother, that one, he does not like trouble. He's a very gentle and quiet human being. But when it comes to injustice, it was my brother that involved Napti. He called the police and they arrested the husband. Immediately they arrest the man. Now so the son run. He has been hiding since then. Then Ochanya was still alive when they arrested the man. And as they arrested him, before you know, those powerful men, they went and they brought him out. He was supposed to be in custody for questioning, and they didn't allow any of that to take place. They went and they brought him out sharp because they had all the connection and everything they think they need. So they brought him out. All this while that they took the case to court. Ochanya and my mom, they were going from the village to Makurdi, going here and there. In fact, they would have finished that case before Ochanya died, but they were dragging the issue until Ochanya died. So that was what happened. We were never aware. My mom used to visit Ochanya almost every 5 days. She used to visit her. But when she visits, the people, they are always around. So, and I know that there's no way she would have even told my mom. Because that kind of thing, how do you tell? I know very well that in her mind, she knew that nobody would believe her. Because of the way my mom worshipped these people, the way she talks about them. So there was no way she could have summoned that courage to tell her. She didn't say it. And I believe that it was because of that counsel that I gave Ochanya that made her summon that courage to open her mouth. So if not that I took Ochanya from my aunt's place, she would have died. Nobody would have known what killed my sister. So that was how we got to know. Some people are saying that Ochanya told us that she was being abused. Yet we left her there. We never knew. And the moment we knew, we took action. We were the one that brought this thing to the public. See, the amount of battle that we fought and that we are still fighting. These people are not remorseful. They don't care. They are even saying that how are we, like, what audacity for us to come outside and open our mouth to call their name. They are not sorry. They are not sorry for what they did to my sister. A whole full human being. Wasted. They said nobody should ask you. So that was how the battle began. Till Ochanya died. So that was how it started. And the issue has been ongoing till, in fact, it took them 4 years after Ochanya's death for them to conclude the case.
Is my take home from this story. There is no justice in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country that lacks justice. There is no justice system in Nigeria. Can we underline that fact first? Because if we had justice, somebody who sexually assaulted a minor should not be roaming free. In other countries, they will put them in an SEX offenders list. Their picture will be there. It will be on their record. They can never get, in fact, there are some jobs they can never do in their life just because of this offense. They will serve jail time. When they come out, their name will be on the list for life. It can never be written off. But what happens in my country where there is no justice system? These people are roaming free like nothing happened. They took them to court and they released them. They released the man that there was no evidence, not enough evidence, when this girl opened her mouth to confess what they did to her. There is no justice system in Nigeria. If you don't have money, power, authority, influence, and God, you're there on your own. In Nigeria, if you have money, power, influence, authority, you can escape the law. If you have money, power, influence, authority, you can get justice. So you see those 4 things. You can use it to get justice, and you can use it to evade justice. Can you see? I will repeat myself again. When you have money, power, influence, authority in that country, you can evade justice, escape justice. If you have money, power, influence, authority, you can get justice. But now when you don't have these things, sorry is your name. You cannot receive any justice. There is no justice system in Nigeria. Recently, government gave presidential pardon to a kidnapper. This is a kidnapper that held the government by their throats. That told government that if you don't release my boys that are with you, we will deal with you people. But our president is giving pardon. How does a kidnapper who kidnapped a son receive how many years imprisonment? He only has 2 more years left. Really? After kidnapping? And we are still having cases of kidnapping till today. There is no day you go on social media that you will not see stories of kidnapping. But they are giving pardon. What does that tell you? That there is no justice system. That's why these people are still going ahead with their full chest. Because they know that there's no justice. They enter today, they release them tomorrow. Harrison released a video of one also. That one, those boys that were on TikTok doing videos and all of that, they said they arrested him in February. And by March, he was out. Really? A robber? 1 month? And he's free? And he has gone and committed another one again. There is no justice system in Nigeria. Draw your ear and hear me now. There is no justice system in Nigeria if you don't have authority, power, influence, and God. Influence, money. If you don't have it, you might never ever get justice in Nigeria. So what we have is our Baba God in heaven, who is the chief judge of all. Good. That's number 1. Now, number 2, parents, take care of your children. Stop giving your underage children to people. If na garri you get to drink, make una drink garri together. If na bread and butter una get, make una chop bread and butter together. It is such a sad situation. It is so unfortunate that because in this case now, I cannot say this woman, she did not give her daughter as a maid. Because you know in Nigeria, some people give their children to go and do maid work, house help, just because of poverty, and you be feeding them, you be sending them to school, taking care of them. Some people are kind to these children. Ideally, in a sane country, once again, it's not supposed to happen. Any child below 18, no, that's child labor. It is not supposed to happen. But in Nigeria, we know it's something that happens regularly, so let's not even, it's a norm there. Some of these children go to live with people and they look after them. They care for them. They take care of them as if they are their own. And God bless all of such people who take these children, look after them as if they are your own children, not maltreating them, not allowing them to be harassed, molested, not starving them, actually looking after them like they are your own, with your conscience. And there are some who will make these children feel like nothing. But this is what happens in Nigeria, like I say, consistently. People give their children to people to look after them. But I want to advise you, as long long as your child is below the age of 18, I beg. I say if na garri una get, make una drink am. If na bread and butter, make una eat am. Because look, this was her family. She did not just give this child to any random person. Because some people, it's random people they give their children to. Because of poverty. Because of the level of suffering in that country. But she did not just give her child to anybody. She gave her child to a family member. So it wasn't like maybe she just gave them to a random person. It was a family member. Blood. If that makes sense. So I want to advise parents, even if it's your family, sometimes don't give your children to people anyhow. And if you listen to the story of the sister, she did not just leave this girl. She was always going there at least every 5 days to go and check on the daughter. But guess what? Ochanya could not tell her mom what she was passing through because they are always there. You know how when you come to visit your child, the people that they are living with, they are all sitting down there with you. All of you are in the parlor, drinking Coke, chatting, eating. When does the girl get the opportunity to actually tell you that this is what I'm passing through? Some of you will say, I used to talk to my daughter every time on the phone. You talk to your daughter every time on the phone from the phone of her madam, isn't it? How does she tell you from the phone of her madam what she's passing through? Can she speak freely? It's almost as if I'm under duress. Oh yeah, come and talk to your mommy, I give you my phone. Can you really tell your mommy what's in your mind when your madam or the person you live with is there? Let's think. So the child cannot actually come out and tell you what she's passing through, which was the case of this Ochanya girl. If na garri you get, drink am. If na bread and butter, make una eat them together because it will get better. Another take home from this story is, don't know they born children when you know say you know fit cater for. They know they give award for the highest number of children. If you know you can manage 2, have 2. If you know you can manage 1, have 1. There's no point having 6, 7, 8. Then at the end of the day, you'll be sharing them to people. Now, I'm not saying this is the case of Ochanya. I'm just saying this is a regular occurrence. People give birth and at some point they cancel. One of them is with my sister in Lagos. Another one is in Abuja. Another one is in Kaduna. You just share your children all around because you can't cater for them. So why have them when you know you cannot? Have what you can cater for. If it's 1, if it's 2, manage the 2. Manage the 1. There's no award for having 7 or 8. Because I'm saying this because this is the underlying factor why many people give their children to go and live with people. You know, because they can't cater for them and they can't watch them hunger and suffer. So they give them to people. Okay, stay with my cousin, stay with my sister. And that is when they experience all these things. Another take home from this story, as a parent, as a caregiver, if somebody is under your care, either as a relative, either as a help, whatever, as a domestic servant, be vigilant, be observant, listen to them. Make them feel comfortable enough to tell you what they are passing through. And when they do, in your right conscience, do what is right. In your right conscience, do what is right. I remember a couple of years ago, I won't call her my friend because I didn't really know her that much. We just used to see ourselves maybe in the salon and like that. And you know when you just have all those small talks. She got a help. And when I ran into her again, and I asked, oh, what about that girl? She said, oh, she doesn't live in my house anymore. And I'm like, oh, really? What happened? She said, I've chased her away. She pack her load, make sure they go. What happened? She said, that the girl told her that the husband used to come to her in the night to take off her underwear. I was shocked. To be honest, like my eyes, this I'm telling you is like maybe 10, 12, 13 years ago. I was waiting to hear the story. She said, so I told her, I said, what did you do? She said, I told her, I beg, she wants to scatter my marriage. She wants to spoil my home. I said, make she pack her bag, make she they go. I beg, even all the things I bought for her, I collected everything back. I bought her new clothes, I bought her new underwear, I packed everything. She wants to spoil my home. Like I said, she wasn't really my friend, so I couldn't say much. My greatest joy was at least she has packaged the girl back to her family. And just let her go away from molestation. But you can see from her reaction, she never asked her husband. She was never bothered about did my husband really do it. She didn't even care. She wants to spoil my home. She wants to spoil my home. Can't they go? When somebody is under your care, do Don't be partial. Because you have children of your own. Will you want such a thing to happen to your own children? Don't be partial. Look after these children when they bring. It's unfortunate that Nigeria is the way it is, and I don't know when this whole thing is going to stop. But when people come to your care, can you be kind to them? Can you look after these young children like they are your own? Can you, if they come to you and tell you this is what is happening, can you investigate? Can you take action if na your person do am? Be vigilant. Be kind to these people that come to live with you, whether maid, whether security man, whether driver, whether nanny, whether na your shop sales girl. Just be kind to people. Show them kindness. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. Be kind to everyone around you. Because they are lower than you doesn't mean you should match them. This Ochanya's family now, I heard that the family is even terrorizing them now. Should be you people are taking our matter. They are going to the family to threaten them because they are from a poor background. Money, power, authority. If you don't have it, no justice. So now they are even threatening the girl's family. That's take home number 2. Or is it number 3 now? Now, I also want to also note here that I hope you are aware that even boys are also being molested. Boys go through molestation. It's not only girls. So either a boy or a girl can be molested. Another warning I want to give to parents, because the whole thing is just coming to my head like this, so another warning I want to give to parents is, some of you, your children are not doing the right thing. Maybe they are not behaving well. You will now take them to prophets. Prophets will now tell you that, there's a demon inside this your daughter. There's a demon operating in this your son. Bring this your son or your daughter, let them be in church for 7 days. Some of them, 3 days, they need to be sleeping in church so that we can do a proper deliverance on them. In the name of proper deliverance, they will be servicing your son. They will be servicing your daughter. And because you hold them in high esteem, you hold these people in high esteem, your children might not even be able to tell you that this is what was done to them in that place. And even if they tell you, will you even believe? Because you carry on for head, say, my prophet, my pastor. This man had a title in church, but still committed this crime. What am I trying to say? Don't trust anybody with your children. Don't trust anybody with your children. Some of these people are inside right underneath your nose. They may be your sons, they may be your cousins, they may be your uncles. Una where they pack people for house, you have little children, girls, boys, you have different relatives that are in their teenage age. All of them are living in your house. You have to be careful. Because you don't know what happens at night when you've entered your room to go and sleep. Be careful where you take your children to. Don't let any prophet tell you that your child needs to be delivered and they need to sleep in the church. Then you leave your child in church. If you know that's the case, you must stay there with that child. You too, you sleep in the church with the child. And any deliverance they want to do, you stay there. Let us do the deliverance together. Because that's another avenue these people use. Please be aware that these people, these molesters can be anybody. From the people you hold in high esteem, even some of these people in all these political offices. It's because we've not heard their story, so we don't know. Some of them, they are people you know. They are close to you. So don't trust anybody with your children. And when a child comes to report something to you, take action. Even if that person is your family, take action. Look at the best interest of the individual before yourself. Look at that child, the best interest of that child, of that person who such a thing has happened to. There are so many angles to these things. But we need justice for Ochanya. We need justice for this girl. We need to see that there is a justice system working, and they should use this case to show us that there is really justice in Nigeria. Now, another reason why this girl, Ochanya, had to go and live with her uncle is because the only primary school in her village was shut down. Common school, you people cannot establish in a village for children to go and attend and get proper education. If that school did not shut down, Ochanya would be living with her parents. She would not have had any reason to go, because from the story, it doesn't look like it was a food problem, it doesn't look like it was a poverty problem. It was more like, oh, this girl needs to go to school, and where can she, this school is no longer available, let her go and live with her aunt. Nigerian government has failed in so many ways. Primary school, you cannot establish a good primary school in a city. Is only one, and when that one shut down, all the school children have nowhere to go. No good education, no good hospital, no good infrastructure, no food. Food is so expensive, people cannot afford to buy food. In other countries, they have food bank. Yes, if you cannot eat, just go to the food bank, they will give you food. Even as a black person that you're not, they will give you food when you go to the food bank. But in Nigeria, common rice, garri, beans is hard. They will sweat. In fact, now, with the way things are expensive, people are even eating without meat. Even pomo before, that was just pomo. People are eating without pomo now. Just eating empty food. People cannot afford food to buy. So I cannot afford not to bring in the government into this story, because the government failed this girl. They failed by not providing a school in her city. They failed by not giving her family justice. They failed by not having proper laws put in place for children, underage children below the ages of 18. Till today, we see them hawking in traffic, running with Coke and Fanta when their mates are learning in school. Nobody does anything. Instead, we buy from them, because what do? In traffic, you buy Fanta, you buy Coke, you buy Gala. But is this supposed to be? In a sane society, is this supposed to be? Every child in other developed countries, every child deserves education. What betide you, the child in your house is not going to school, and the government finds out. Social security finds out, council finds out that child is not in school. You go explain, tire. But in Nigeria, children are not in school. They're just at home, hawking for their parents, selling garri. I still saw a video of a girl that was hawking, was in a banana, that a man rescued, because she was about to be molested again in an uncompleted building under the guise of come and buy banana. Her mates were in school. She said her mother sent her to go and hawk. A lawless country. A lawless society. But guess what? We have different offices. I don't know the names, but if you check, they have name. Ministry for this one, office of this one, office of that one, office. And you wonder if there are really human beings in those offices, or it's just robots. Even robots will do better, because if you ask a robot a question now, they will give you valid answers. We have offices set up everywhere, yet nothing is happening. We need justice for Ochanya. Let's show us that the justice system is working. Nigerian government, show us that we have a justice system. If this man and this boy that his musical career has expired is not arrested, then of a truth, what I'm saying is right, that there is no justice system in Nigeria. Someone that committed such a crime, and they are walking free like nothing happened. They are going about their business like nothing happened. Prove to me now that Nigeria has a justice system. Prove to me now. In fact, this thing has gone around for too long. In less than 24 hours, we need to be seeing action concerning Ochanya. Nigerian government, we are calling on all the authorities, whoever is in charge, NAPTIP. In fact, even Tinubu president, we need you now, because you can speak on this matter. You have daughters. And even if you don't have, you have grandchildren that are girls. We need justice for Ochanya. Mr. Andrew, Mr. Victor, and the wife, I don't even know her name. She is also included. We need them arrested with immediate alacrity. We need them prosecuted for the crime that they have committed. My name is Kerizi, and I am the Queen of Analysis.